Here's something that should make you a little nervous. The exact same technology that's protecting your bank account from hackers is also teaching those hackers how to steal it. AI has become cybersecurity's ultimate paradox. It's simultaneously the most powerful defense we've ever built and the most dangerous weapon attackers have ever wielded. The stakes are massive. Global cybercrime costs the world over $2.5 trillion a year, and AI is completely rewriting how attacks work. Instead of a hacker sitting at a keyboard trying random passwords, an AI can attempt millions of login combinations in seconds. Instead of a social engineering email that requires human writing, an AI can generate thousands of perfectly targeted phishing messages that sound exactly like someone you know. But here's the plot twist. That same AI technology is also becoming our shield. Security teams are using machine learning to spot threats faster than any human ever could, catching breaches before they start, automating responses, and predicting attacks before they happen. So we're in a new arms race. The question isn't just whether AI cybersecurity will be good or bad, it's who gets there first. Whoever masters this technology gets to define the battlefield. But here's what you need to know next. Let's rewind and understand how we ended up in this mess. 5 years ago, cybersecurity was pretty straightforward. You had antivirus software, firewalls, and security teams manually reviewing alerts to catch suspicious activity. But that approach hit a wall fast. The problem wasn't that there were too many attacks, it's that there were too many alerts. A typical large company gets millions of security alerts every single day. No human team could possibly look at all of them. So companies started using basic machine learning to filter out the noise, teaching algorithms to recognize what normal looks like, then flagging anything weird. And it worked. Detection rates got better. Response times dropped dramatically. But here's what happened next. Attackers noticed. If AI could defend, why couldn't AI attack? That's when the game fundamentally changed. Attackers started using the same machine learning techniques to figure out what security systems were looking for and then avoid it. An AI attacker could test thousands of approaches in seconds, learning what triggers alarms and what slips through. It's like someone gave hackers a cheat code to security systems. What was designed as a shield suddenly had a vulnerability, and attackers exploited it immediately. So how exactly does an AI-powered attack work? Let's break down 3 major tactics that are completely changing the threat landscape. First, brute force on steroids. Normally, trying to guess someone's password takes time. The system locks you out after a few wrong tries. But an AI doesn't brute force in the traditional way. Instead, it learns the patterns of how people create passwords. It understands that people often use birthdays, pet names, or keyboard patterns. An AI can generate millions of realistic password guesses, test them in parallel across thousands of accounts, and find valid ones in minutes, not months. Second, social engineering at scale. A traditional phishing email sounds obviously fake, but an AI trained on thousands of real emails from your company can write a message that's nearly perfect. It knows your company's lingo, your usual tone, even common projects people mention. Except it's trying to trick you into giving up your password or clicking a malicious link. Third, denial of service attacks that adapt. A regular DDoS attack floods a server with traffic, but an AI-powered DDoS can detect when the target is using traffic filtering and automatically change patterns to avoid detection. It's like a hacker that learns your defenses and evolves to bypass them in real time. And that's just one category of attack. There are even more concerning ones we need to talk about. You might be thinking, okay, but is this actually happening right now, or is this theoretical? It's absolutely happening right now. Let me give you concrete examples. In 2024, security researchers discovered a new malware variant that was using machine learning to identify which security software was installed on a computer and then adjust its behavior specifically to avoid detection. Instead of one malware, it was like 1,000 different versions, each customized to slip past different defenses. Another documented attack used AI to generate spear phishing emails targeted at executives with 90% success rates, compared to maybe 20% for traditional phishing. The AI had learned specific details about each target, their job responsibilities, recent business dealings, and even personality quirks from their social media and public statements. And here's what really gets cybersecurity experts worried. Data poisoning attacks. These attacks manipulate the data that AI security systems learn from, essentially teaching the defense systems to ignore certain types of attacks. It's like bribing the security guard by slowly convincing him that a particular alarm signal isn't important. Financial institutions have reported millions of dollars in losses to AI-assisted fraud. Cryptocurrency exchanges have been hit hard. Even government agencies have disclosed AI-powered intrusions. The scary part, these aren't isolated incidents. They are becoming standard operating procedure for attackers worldwide. Here's where it gets interesting. Comparing how defenders and attackers actually use AI reveals something crucial. Attackers have a real advantage. On the defense side, security teams use AI to do things like anomaly detection, spotting when something doesn't match normal user behavior. They use it for threat intelligence, analyzing patterns across millions of attacks to predict the next threat vector. They use it for automated response, where an AI immediately isolates a compromised computer before a hacker can spread further. These are all reactive tools. They work by spotting what's already happening and responding faster than humans could. Attackers, though, they're using AI differently. They're using it to probe and test and adapt. An AI attacker can run millions of experiments in a sandbox, learning exactly how a particular security setup responds to different inputs. Then it adjusts. Then it tries again. It's algorithmic warfare, and it's much more flexible than automated defense. Think of it like chess. A defensive AI is excellent at reading the current board position and recommending the next move. But an attacking AI has time to think 5 moves ahead, test each one, and pick the path that wins. The numbers bear this out. Breach detection time has actually gotten longer in recent years, even with better AI tools, because attackers are getting smarter faster than defenders are. The average time to detect a breach is still over 6 months. It's a gap that keeps growing wider every single day. So what does this actually mean for companies and for you personally? For companies, the implications are grim. The traditional cybersecurity model, where you build walls and hope attackers can't get in, is officially broken. You can't outrun an AI with walls. The cost of defending is exploding. A company that wanted decent security 10 years ago might have had a 10-person team. Today, a company of the same size might need 50 people, plus expensive AI tools, plus managed security services, and they are still at risk. Smaller companies are actually in worse shape. If you don't have the budget for cutting-edge AI security tools, you're just giving attackers easy access. A startup with the latest product but mediocre security is like leaving the front door unlocked while everyone watches. For you personally, here's the brutal truth. Your passwords, your personal data, your identity, they're all targets of AI-powered attacks. The phishing email that arrives in your inbox isn't from a human trying to trick you with bad grammar anymore. It's from an AI that studied your behavior and knows your vulnerabilities. Your company's HR database with your social security number and address. Thousands of attackers have AI tools testing the system constantly, looking for any opening. The ransomware attacks destroying hospitals and police departments. Those are increasingly using AI to decide which files to encrypt to maximize damage, while keeping systems just operational enough that they'll pay to restore. The thing is, you can actually do something about this. So this all sounds terrifying, and honestly, it kind of is, but you're not helpless. There are specific things both companies and individuals should be doing right now. Start with the basics, because most AI attacks still rely on exploiting fundamental weaknesses. Use a password manager to create unique, random passwords for every account, not something an AI can guess. Enable multi-factor authentication wherever it's available. That second factor, whether it's a phone notification or a security key, stops an attacker even if they've cracked your password. Two-factor authentication has a 99.9% success rate at stopping account takeover attacks. For companies, the strategy is different. Modern security architecture needs to be zero trust, which means assume every user, every device, every network connection is potentially compromised. Implement AI-powered endpoint detection and response on every computer so that when an attack does get in, it's contained immediately. Invest in security awareness training, because yes, even in the age of AI, training still works. The best defense against a phishing email is someone who stops and thinks before clicking. Segment your network so that if one part is compromised, the attacker can't instantly access everything. Use threat intelligence feeds powered by AI. These give you real-time visibility into emerging attacks, so you're not always behind the curve. And honestly, start hiring more security professionals now. The skills gap is getting worse, and the demand is only climbing. But these defenses only work if you use them right now. Here's what this all means for the future, and why it matters to you right now. We're at a critical moment. AI has entered cybersecurity in a way that fundamentally changes everything. Organizations that figure out how to use AI as a shield better than attackers can exploit it as a sword will thrive. The ones that don't will face enormous breaches and massive losses. As AI gets better at both attacking and defending, governments are finally stepping in. The United Kingdom government, the European Union, and the United States are all developing AI security frameworks right now. Traditional cybersecurity simply isn't enough anymore in this new world. What's coming next is a world where AI security is as fundamental as electricity. Every system will eventually need AI-powered defense, not because we want it, but because attackers already have it. The good news, this moment is creating massive demand for security professionals, researchers, and innovators. The companies and countries that master AI security first won't just be safer, they'll define the future. So what should you do? Stay informed. Update your security practices now. And if you're considering a career in security or AI, know you're looking at one of the most important fields coming up in the decade ahead. Follow for daily AI news as this story keeps evolving.